during any forms of crisis in the state or in city of Tamil Nadu. It may be due to, during 2015, the floods, 2016 Varda cyclone, and the COVID. College was always in forefront to assist the government and the community at large. Langar is served to around 750 students on a daily basis in campus. Training and placement cell also provides the final year students placement and the training required. Both on campus and off campus interviews are also scheduled in the college. We are exceedingly doing in sports, more so in cricket, and off late we have world representation in squash, shooting, national level at rowing and athletics. We have prominent player of squash Abhay Singh. For shooting we have Harsimar Singh Ratha and Shri Karthik Savriraj Ravi Shankar. We have cricketers who represent the Indian team and also IPL, TNPL. We are coming up with a sports academy which is ready and to be inaugurated in a month or two's time, which will have the world-class facility for shooting, squash, shuttle and other sports. Thank you for having a patient listening. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your special address. During the two-day national conference, the challenges and strategies associated with the implementation of national education policy in higher education
Respected His Excellency Governor of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R.N. Ravi, respected Vice Chancellor, respected His Excellency Governor of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R.N. Ravi, respected Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tamil Nadu, Thiruvarur, Professor M. Krishnan, General Secretary and Correspondent of Guru Nanak College, Mr. Manjeet Singh Ji Nayyar, Principal of the College, Dr. N.G. Raghunathan, Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi Central University, Arunachal Pradesh, Professor Saket Kushwaha, members of Governing Council of Guru Nanak Education Society, distinguished resource person and the guest of the conferences, eminent academician and delegates from various higher education institutions across the country, academic administrators, delegates from industry, media, research scholars, my dear colleagues and dear students. My warm greetings to all of you for the valedictory session of the two-day national conference on implementation of National Education Policy 2020 in higher education institutions, challenges and strategies. This conference is partially sponsored by NEC with the objective to deliberate on diverse viewpoint on the NEP and its role in transforming India's higher education scenario. The conference sought to provide a better understanding of the proposed reforms to all stakeholders and facilitate the creation of a roadmap for the effective implementation of the policy in higher education. A few of the sub-themes of the conference were academic bank of credit, liberal, multi and interdisciplinary approach, open and distance learning, global standards, restructuring and realignment of accreditation process, attainment of UN Sustainable Development Goals, integration of research and innovation. I deem it a great honor and privilege to present the report of this conference. The inaugural session began with the lighting of the lamp, followed by Tamil Tavarthu and college prayer. The principal of our college, Dr. M.G. Raghunathan, delivered the welcome address where he highlighted the achievements of the college. The theme of the conference was outlined by myself as the convener. General Secretary and Correspondent Mr. Manjeet Singh Nair presented the future roadmap of the institution in light of NEP's vision. The proceedings of this next sponsored national conference was released by the chief guest, Professor Saket Kushwaha, along with the guest of honor, Colonel Professor Y.S. Siddhegoda, Vice Chairman, Karnataka State Council for Higher Education. The proceedings consist of messages from VIP, college management, academician, and the full research articles on the implementation of NEP by faculty members and researchers from HEI across the country. We received several articles on various sub-themes of the conference. After scrutinizing the articles for quality, they were run through the plagiarism check, and 45 full research articles were selected to be published in the conference proceedings with ISBN. A very enriching and delightful inaugural address was given by Vice Chancellor Professor Saket Kushwaha from Rajiv Gandhi Central University, Arunachal Pradesh. He shared his real-life experience to demonstrate the value of quality education. Keynote speaker of the event, Professor Y.S. Siddhegoda, Vice Chairman, Karnataka State Council for Higher Education, deliberated on the implementation of NEP in the state of Karnataka. The timeline presented by him illustrated the academic reforms that have taken place in the state. Technical sessions were conducted in blended offline and online mode. Session 1 was chaired by Dr. Soni Kuriakose, IQAC Coordinator, Nirmala College, Ernakulam, Kerala. He highlighted the amalgamation of NAC and NIRF and how this in the future will affect the data presented for the ranking. He also provided some valuable insights into the future verticals of the higher education institutes, along with the process of assessment and accreditation. The session concluded with the presentations by the delegates from various parts of the country. Day 2 started with the technical session 2 on the academic bank of credits. Dr. U. Jarina B. highlighted the NEP's vision and roadmap. She also gave practical suggestions for implementing the NEP in various universities and HEIs. This was followed by a very fruitful panel discussion. Technical session 3 was chaired by the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur, Professor M. Krishnan. A panel discussion on the practical difficulties in implementing the NEP and their solutions were deliberated. I wish to inform you that more than 450 staff members, 135 research scholars, and more than 1,000 students attended the conference at various points of time in last 2 days. The learning from the last 2 days' discussions and deliberations will definitely help us in formulating the strategies to successfully implement the NEP in our respective institutions, and with their implementation, we will definitely take GNC to greater heights. Thank you. Nandri, Vanakkam.
Thank you, ma'am, for the detailed report. It's my distinct honor to invite our esteemed chief guest, Professor M. Krishnan, the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur. With a wealth of knowledge and experience in the field of education, he's been instrumental in leading and shaping the academic landscapes. Under his visionary leadership, the Central University of Tamil Nadu has received remarkable milestones and made significant contributions to the field of education. His insights and perspectives on the theme of this conference will enlighten and inspire us all. Guru Nanak College wholeheartedly extends a very warm welcome to Professor M. Krishnan, Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur, to deliver a abridged keynote. Sir, please.
Respectable Honorable Chancellor of Tamil Nadu and also General Secretary and Correspondents of this great college, Mr. Manjit Singh Noyer, Dr. M.G. Raghunathan, Principal of this great college, Dr. Swati Paliwal, IKC Coordinator and Convener of this conference, faculty members of the Guru Nanak College and faculty from other colleges, students, friends, media. I am so happy to be here. Actually, I was invited to deliver the lecture on this great conference on implementation of the National Education Policy 2020 in higher education institution, challenges and strategies. I am very happy to participate in the valedictory function in the presence of our respected Honorable Chancellor of Tamil Nadu. I am so happy to present here. Sir can recall that when you visited the Central University of Tamil Nadu 1 year back, where with your blessings we implemented the NEP, National Education Policy, in Central University of Tamil Nadu. With a note there, we have already implemented multidisciplinary courses in our Central University of Tamil Nadu, and also academic bank credit also implemented. Sir, as your advice, we are taking the product of higher education to the society. By that, we got the highest rank when we are getting the NIRF ranking. Apart from that, now we got more students to study the diploma in pre-colonial incidents of India. So I have to thank our Honorable Chancellor for inaugurate that, and his blessings we implemented the National Education Policy 2020 in Central University of Tamil Nadu. Sir, we are all looking for that, how to implement the National Education Policy in various institutions in not only Tamil Nadu, throughout India. Sir, we are working for what are the things are available in NEP. I don't want to narrate the whole story, but it's giving lot of things in NEP. Number one, the students should understand that when the NEP is implemented, you know that you can understand that how you can come out from the curriculum, and also you can do something for the society. Number one, that is a very important thing, because curriculum can give the degree, but if you want to do something for society, you have to follow that NEP by learning the skill and the development. Number two, the NEP is clearly telling that how you can interact with the not only Indian institutions and also institutions in abroad to have the collaboration and cooperation to achieve something. We never forget that. When we have the COVID-19, where we have developed that what you call the vaccine for the COVID by only having the collaboration and the cooperation with the different countries. Number three, my dear students, if you want to do your research and implement to the society, there should be a sustainability. The sustainability comes when you follow that each and every part of NEP 2020. So sustainability is very important. Number four, globalization and internalization. UGC recently implemented the policy to how to implement or interact with the collaboration with the foreign institutions, and also how you can invite that foreign collaboration into India. So this type of research will take us, a product from India should come out from higher education, and then we have to attract the whole world towards India. That is the important thing. It's available in the national education policy. The fifth one is very important, the inclusive nature of higher education. Whatever we are doing, whatever we are studying, where we have to get that what you call the high standard of product from the higher education, whereas my secretary rightly told that it converted into innovation, that innovation should put to the society. That is the last citizen of our village people. That is the success of higher education. So that is the thing. If you are following that NEP, now Corona College is coming forward to implement the NEP or policy in NEP and to achieve all the things where they have to take the higher education to the society. Finally, what I want to say that Governor, our Chancellor is telling all the time, we don't forget about Indian knowledge system. He's always insisting that all my students should understand that Indian culture and knowledge along with our higher education should go. That is the way India, in very short time it will reach the richest and also that, biggest country in the world. With this, thank you very much for this Kurunavaran College for giving a wonderful opportunity to share the platform with our Chancellor. Thank you very much for one and all of this audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for delivering the keynote address and sharing your insights and the roadmap of implementing NEP in the higher education institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and learned participants, I'm really honored to welcome our esteemed Governor of Tamil Nadu, His Excellency Ravindranarayan Ravi, who has graced this occasion the presence today at his illustrious conference as our chief guest. His Excellency, born at Patna in Bihar, did his master's in physics in 1974. After a brief stint in journalism, joined the Indian Police Service in 1976 and has allotted to the Kerala cadre. He served in Kerala in various capacities over a decade and then in different parts of the country. While serving in the Central Bureau of Investigation, he has several anti-corruption crusades against organized criminal gangs, including the mining mafias in the country. He has played crucial roles in conflict resolution in areas affected with ethnic insurgencies and brought several armed rebel groups into peace. He has architected the India's international cooperation in counter-terrorism and intelligence sharing. He was appointed as the chairman of the Joint Intelligence Committee in the Prime Minister's office, where he coordinated and guided the agency to meet the national security needs of the country. With a long and distinguished career in public service as Governor of Nagaland, as Governor of Meghalaya, and now as the Governor of Tamil Nadu, he has dedicated his efforts to the betterment of the people and has played a vital role in shaping policies, fostering development, and ensuring welfare of the citizen of Tamil Nadu. Under the guidance and leadership of the Governor, Tamil Nadu has witnessed significant progress in various sectors, including education, healthcare, infrastructure, and industry. His visionary approach and commitment to inclusive growth have set a benchmark for the government and has contributed to the state's overall development. His vast experience, wisdom, and insight will undoubtedly enrich our deliberations and inspire us to work towards better NEP policy implementation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a very warm welcome to our Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu as we eagerly anticipate his valuable address to this NEP conference. Sir, please.
respected Sardar Manjeet Singh Nayyar, General Secretary and Correspondent of Guru Nanak College, Professor N. Krishnan, Vice Chancellor, Central University, Tiruvallur, Dr. N.G. Raghunathan, Principal of this college, to our Dr. Swati Paliwal, Convener and Coordinator, Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Guru Nanak College, distinguished academicians, educationists, all those who have worked in the field of education and present here, my dear students, friends from the media, I am delighted to be here at this great institution which has been doing so outstandingly well, not only in the field of academics, but even in various other fields like sports, social outreach, innovations, and several service sectors. We have all heard about this institution. In the last little over 50 years, just about 52 years, this institution has made a mark and attained a reputation which is the envy of others. When I got the invite, I accepted it for more than one reason, of course, understanding college and NEP 2020, which is dear to our heart. But there is also a little unshared secret, and that is whenever an institution is named after Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and if there is an invitation, I don't resist. So this great divine soul who came on this earth over 550 years ago, he had been, or he has been, a great influence and inspiration in my personal life. Guru Nanak Dev Ji, as we know, born in a very, very humble background, lived a hard life. He earned his meal through his own labor. He traveled the length and breadth of this country, not only this country, but even went in neighboring countries. From Kanyakumari to Ladakh, to Baghdad, in the east to Kamru, which is Guwahati today. He traveled almost for over 14 years, walking across the length and breadth of this country. Over 500 years ago, spreading the message of oneness of all human beings, and the value, the centrality of service to humanity as the creed, breaking all the barriers of caste, creed, language, race, region, culture, cuisine. He was a revolutionary divine soul who tried to unite the entire humanity. He taught us to demolish the barriers that come between humans and humans. such a great, revolutionary divine soul, living such a hard, simple life, earning his daily meal through his own hard work, not unlike any gurus that we see today. He has been a great inspiration for me, and he must be a great inspiration for all of us. And this institution, it also occurs to me at times that if it has attained this height of glory, by which it has become an envy of other institutions, maybe it was established at a very auspicious occasion of 500th year anniversary of his birth anniversary. And it has been inspired by his ideals. And even when we think about NEP, I think much of the NEP will get in Guru Nanak Dev's teachings. And I am glad that this institution, under the visionary and dynamic leadership of its General Secretary and correspondent, Manjeet Singh Iyer, is striving to gain ever greater heights. And I wish all of you the very best in years to come. You be the light. A great thing about, I can't resist sharing, that this Sikh community, we heard, though it is a minority, they never ask for a minority benefit. In fact, here is a minority institution which is in the service of the majority. And this is the case all over. You will never find, you will never, at least I, in my over nearly about 72 years of my life, I have not seen a begging Sikh. Enterprise, hard work, determination, resolve. A starved house, however small it may be, but with self-pride, self-respect, rise. This virtue the nation needs. The country needs this spirit of not asking favor. Instead, building oneself capable to do service to others rather than seeking service from others in various names or various categories. This is indeed worth emulating and worth inculcating. And I would expect the students who come out of this institution, besides your academic excellence and other excellence that you acquire here, you carry a bit of this spirit. And I assure you, life will always be rewarding for you. Keep that. I do not know whether this institution has a way of curriculum that teach those values, those teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. But I am sure, even if they don't, and to what extent I am not aware, the very fact that the institution functions, the institution works, it itself should be worth emulating. You learn a lot of things not necessarily by books, but by seeing others how they do in their life. Friends, National Education Policy 2020, which this institution and with the active participations of resource persons from different institutions. The last 2 days, I am sure, must have deliberated all the strategies how to implement go about it. And I'm sure with this 2-day churning, a lot of good must have come out and will be carrying it. All that I would like to share with you is the spirit of NEP 2020. What is the spirit of an NEP 2020? Usually it is said that this is the third education policy in our country. The first was in the 60s, second was in 80s, and this is the third one. But is it really the third one? It is not. In many ways, it is the first one. Because the earlier two education policies, they were improving. They were reformatory in nature. Academic curriculum, the education system that we had inherited from the colonial age. We believe that that was perhaps the best suited to our country. And education policy of 60s and 80s, they emphasized on how to spread the education, that education to the largest number. How to improve what was being taught. Some tinkering here, some tinkering there. But essential core of education policy remained essentially what we had inherited from the colonial time. This policy is revolutionary. This is transformative. It doesn't take much lessons. The lessons, of course, the lessons are that what we didn't achieve. Despite all these nearly over 7 decades of independence, how come a country like India, a huge country of now over 130 crores, perhaps we are 140 crores. This country, even after 7 decades of independence, we remain home of the largest number of illiterate, sick, poor, homeless, deprived of the basic ingredients of a healthy citizenship. Not that we didn't build schools, not that we didn't build industry, not that we didn't build hospitals, not that we didn't build roads and generate electricity. We did. All these years we kept doing it. But the problems kept multiplying. There was a fundamental flaw in the earlier system. The system was essentially a system that believed in the government being the main, or if not the sole, agent of change. A psychology had developed that the transformation, the change has to be brought in by the government. Institutions have to be built by the government. Infrastructure has to be built by the government. Society had become emasculated. It was a client-patron relationship between the government and the people. People were clients looking for the government. I remember in my childhood in my village, I was born and brought up. I did my high schooling from my village. Every year, before the monsoon starts, the whole village will gather, at least one male member from every family, got together, took our spades and crowbars, and cleaned the canal, distributory canal, for running into several kilometers, which took waters to our field. We didn't look up to government to come and do it. Before the advent of rains, the village got together, desilted the village pond, so that the water, rainwater, is stored there. I participated in that. This was community's part. This was society's part. But today, I find in the same village, when the road, there is a small patch which is not okay, which is not, where there are some ditches. People will get together, write a long petition, go to the district office or the state capital, present the petitions to either the MLAs or minister or officials. Now this is the stage where we reached. The advent of modern state in the European model emasculated our strength, and we became dependent on the government. As a result, government with their limited resources kept building schools. But after all, with the 5-year plan, you have a limited number of budget. With this plan, we will have built so many schools, so many colleges. With the health, allocation of some money. With this plan, we will build so many hospitals, so many medical colleges, build so many roads, always constrained by resource. We have started addressing the problem incrementally, piecemeal. And in the process, the problem also kept multiplying. We kept building roads, but a large part of our country remained unconnected. We kept generating electricity, but a major part of our households were without electricity. We kept building hospitals and medical colleges, but a large number of our people remained deprived of the basic health care. That model was not suitable for this country. This model we could have continued. We could have continued doing all those things, and in the next 50 years also we would have remained at the same problem. The fundamental flaw. No. If this country, if this India, of such a large country, if it has to have its position, due position, in the community of nations, it has to change its course. It has to change its path. It cannot do what it has been done for the last 70 years. It has to address its problem holistically, and also it has to address its how to meet. It has to be ambitious, it has to be confident, it has to be capable of fulfilling the confidence. And this is possible only we build our citizens, build our youth through education. Appropriate education. Appropriate education is one that is able to meet the needs and demands of the time. The needs and demands of the time. And today, we know we are in a knowledge age. There was a time the humanity has evolved to various phases. From agrarian, when we were farmers, largely, to industrial age. Industrial age, it has its own needs. It needed its own, what was the workforce needed for it. Then information communication technology age. Internet age. We are in digital age. Artificial intelligence age. Its revolutionary transformation is happening in the technology. We cannot be in the mode of just catching up. No. We have to have a quantum leap. take the quantum leap. How do we ensure that we provide appropriate education to our young people so that they are able to meet the challenge of today and tomorrow, so that their latent capacity, their potential, they are able to realize their potential and fulfill it. This had to be done. And that is why with the great churning of minds from all sections of the society. This education policy was not drafted and prepared by the bureaucrats, by the government. No. Several 100,000 people from the field of academia, the field of industry, the field of social service, various fields, they give their input, because the objective was how to equip our youth, our students, with the knowledge, with the education, with which once they walk out of the precincts of their institution, they walk out confidently, march into the world, and make a place for themselves. Not the degree holders. We have large number of degree holders. We were producing, and every time, all the time noise was unemployment. I have a degree in my hand. I'm a graduate. I'm a postgraduate. I'm a PhD. I'm not getting a job. Nobody cares for your degree today. People care for what worth you are. If you are not worth, your degree doesn't help. In fact, I was when I hit in our own state, which is very progressive, which has a very sound industrial base, where the gross enrollment ratio is almost double the national average. When I meet the industry, when I meet the people, I say, ask the question, are you expanding? Why are you not expanding? Because there has been a plateau. It is not. And one core reason they say is absence of adequately skilled human resource. Some of them go to the extent of saying that almost 80 to 90% of our engineers are unemployable. You take the degree and you go for a job. Nobody gives you a job. This has to be corrected. Today, in our universities over the country, and the data I got from UGC, over 70% of our university, college and university students are studying humanities, arts. Now, imagine, what kind of future is awaiting them? Over 70%. I don't say that history is bad or for political science. No, they're all good subjects, worthy of pursuing. But are they appropriate to the age? That many? When 70% of our students graduate with a degree in humanities, where do they go? So, while we have to create an education system where there is a greater emphasis on STEM, science and technology. And at the same time, we should also create an environment where students, those who are going for humanities, they also are equipped with adequate knowledge and skill while graduating in their own disciplines, so that when they come out of the university, they are worthy of employment. And here comes the multidisciplinary courses. A student of history, a student of political science can have a break while graduating under the new education policy and do a diploma course in computer application. Because most of the students, they don't come to STEM because they feel that they are not very comfortable with mathematics. There is something wrong with our teaching system, because mathematics can be a very interesting subject. I studied by physics, highly mathematical. but the credit goes to my school teacher who initiated me to mathematics. Mathematics not subject to a scary way, but mathematics as a fun, as a language. So there is something that needs to be done, how to motivate more and more of our youth towards the STEM. But even those who are not, they are coming. They must have an opportunity to choose for education where perhaps the mathematics is not there. So, okay, you learn some skill. Computer application is one such. There are many. Go in art, go in music, multidisciplinary. This linear approach that if I have joined a degree in history, I am condemned to be a graduate only of history. This will not work. This is not suitable for our country. We have to change. We have to radically change. Teaching and learning in mother tongue. For very, very long time, and even today, our mind has been so colonized that we believe that if someone is good in English, he is an educated person. Why? You go to China, go to Japan, go to Russia, go to Germany, they are doing wonders without learning English. Why is it that we can't do it? We didn't pay adequate attention because after all, learning in a foreign language, it has a certain entropy, it consumes a lot of energy, and it is a huge discouragement. Everyone is not cognitively as suited to move in that foreign language. So why not? The greater emphasis. We need to get the best of technology, best of knowledge, and teach our students. I heard this institution is collaborating with some European institution. Wonderful, this is what it is supposed to be. Since long, long time, ancient time, we used to have, since the time of the Vedic period, there is a very well-known saying, Alo Bhadra Kartamo Yantu Vishwata. Let the noble thoughts, let the good ideas come from all over. Don't close your mind. Sure. There are areas where we need to learn from others, and we must be willing to learn. We must be open to that. And at the same time, we must also develop the entrepreneurial capacity. The capacity, the curiosity, the drive and energy to go for innovation. And this we are doing it. Our young men and women are doing it. In about 8-9 years back, in the year 2014, we had less than 500 startups. Today we have more than 100,000 startups, and more than 110 of them are unicorn. It is because our young men and women are doing these wonderful things. Incredible things they are doing. All that is needed is government should not think as they are the sole agent of change. They have let the capacity, the potential of our youth. Imagine the capacity of 140 crore Indians. If they start contributing, the country transforms. And if it is transforming today, as I said in the field of the startup, if we are in the top 3, and if in the number of the startup which is happening every month, India is the number 1 today. From nowhere in the reckoning, we are now in the top. All that is to have a trust in our people. To trust in our people that they can do it. And to take the case, a simple case. For all these 7 decades almost, we remained with a very dubious distinction of nearly 60% of Indians going for open defecation. And whenever somebody talks about the toilet is something to talk about. It is a cultural issue. Do whatever you want. People will go out, take the lota and go out. But the same people transform within no time. Now India is open defecation free. It is not done by the government, by the people. The trust in the power of our youth, trust in the power of our countrymen and women. Women power. Half the population deprived. Can a society, can a country be built by depriving the half? No. It is not possible. Not that we didn't care for them in the past. We did care. But the needed anxiety, needed desire, that thrust was missing. We kept talking about women empowerment, but doing little to create the environment for women empowerment. How is it possible that we have our girls going to schools and colleges if you don't build girl toilets in the schools and colleges? Is it possible? No. As simple as that. We kept talking about women literacy, women education, without creating adequate enabling environment. And as a result, we kept our half the population away from contributing to building the nation. Today, all the frontiers are open. We know that our girls are doing, our daughters are doing incredible things. They are doing in all the results that you see, invariably you will find they are doing better than boys. This is new India. The new India has to be built with the new spirit of transformation, new spirit of building the new country, taking it to the destiny that it deserves. This country does not deserve to be at the margin of international affairs. This country deserves to be at the center stage of the world affairs. And while we are building our nation by creating wealth, creating technology, learning and creating new technology and technological institutions, building our material strength, one thing more, this the National Education Policy talks about it, is sense of who we are. We have produced we have more than 250,000 IITians who are managing the best, most advanced technical institutions in the United States of America. Wherever you go, you will find our IITians are doing that, our engineers, our doctors are serving. They are universal citizens. We have given them the technical education, the best of it. But we did not inspire them to have developed a sense of who you are. But still, it is there in the sanskar. And that sanskar we saw it during COVID, when our people, expatriate Indians, they started contributing to the best, to the benefit of our people, wherever they were. I was governor now. That's the state where we just didn't have a medical college. There was no BSL laboratory. There was nothing. There was no place where you could have oxygen. Remote areas. Problem was Stanford. Was in fact terrible. But people started asking our people from abroad, tell us, sir, what we can do. And within no time, they built numerous oxygen plants in the remote areas, the taluks, districts along Burma border. They came, they built, they trained and left. Voluntary. They built it. The sense of service to the nation is there, but we must give them a sense of pride in being an Indian. Who are we? Who we were? The colonial rule, one thing that they did, and they did it systematically, they try to kill our sense of selfhood, the sense of pride. And today we believe that, I as a student in the middle school, we used to have a set question. The question used to be, write down the benefits of the British rule in India. Benefits of the British rule in India, and we as a young student, by rote learning, we have learned British English language, railway line, judicial system, all these things. As if without English we didn't know how to talk, how to do. Railways they built for us, as if we were not moving, we were not training, as if there was no sense of justice, it was a land of barbarians. An image of a country of a snake and a snake charmers, they cultivate deliberately to destroy the sense of selfhood, the sense of pride. We know, but many of us we don't know, that till the beginning of 19th century, India was the largest economy in the world. And those of you who are curious, I urge you to go on the internet and just punch global, the world economy millennial perspective. The world economy millennial perspective is a document created by, not by Indians, not by us, by OECD countries. And we know OECD countries as a club of the most developed countries. They published a report in 1982. And what was the provocation for the report? 10 years before, in 1972, a British economic historian, Paul Belch, he published an essay. In that essay he said, Europe became rich in the last 200 years. America became rich in the last 100 years. Before that, India was the economic powerhouse of the world. This truth was not digestible to the developed countries. They commissioned a study to debunk it. But what the study brought out, you see on the net. It gives you from the 1st century AD till the 19th century. It gives you 20th century. A countdown. And then you realize that till the beginning of 19th century, India was the largest. India's GDP was nearly 1/3 of the world GDP. What happened in the 200 years? They destroyed our industry, they destroyed our agriculture, they destroyed our education system. And they made us believe that everything English was the best. A sense of inferiority among Indians and a sense of superiority towards them. I am not going to detail, maybe sometime later. These are all documented how this policy came. It was a deliberate policy. We need to rediscover ourselves. We need to take pride in our past. We need to take pride in our civilizational heritage. We need to take pride in teachings of great divine soul, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and there were people like him who also come and taught us before. We need to rediscover. Those things need to be rediscovered. They are yet to be discovered, but we have to. And this only gives us a sense of pride. A person, a community without a sense of history is not a community. A community which doesn't have a sense of pride in who they are, it cannot grow. And we have all the reasons to be proud of who we are. After all, long before, thousands of years, several thousands years before, the Europe, and of course there was no America as such, they all got to know the basics. Here, in this country, on this land, we had the best of philosophy, best of literature, best of ethics. We have every reason to be proud of past. This has to be taught. So, in our national education policy, the sense of who we are, our past, our our civilizational heritage, it has to be taught to all. When I was a student in schools, we used to teach, we used to learn, read and learn teachings of various spiritual leaders, various saints from different religion, different community. In the name of secularism, it was all wiped out. All, everything, nothing of the past should be there. And we started building a new society, engineering a new country, as if it is ab initio, from scratch. No, we cannot do that. If we do, this is what we have been doing, and the result was that nobody took us seriously. Such a large country, imagine, and no country in the world takes us seriously. It's not the case today. Today, India is moving forward with a sense of pride, with a sense of destiny. And the destiny is in the next 24 years, we have to be the leader of the world. By the time the country celebrates, 3 quarters have gone, it's okay. The next quarter is the quarter in which we have to build this country as the leader of the world. And the leader of the world is possible only when we have a right education, appropriate education, where every individual, every citizen feels a stakeholder. And we are fortunate. We are fortunate today that we are not only a witness to this great revolutionary transformation that our country is going through, but we are also a participant. And all the students of this great institution, when you will reach in the 1947, when you will be at different stations in your life, leading positions wherever you are, all of you need to ask a question to yourself: what did you do to build this nation? To take this nation to where it should be. Think of it. And in that spirit, we have to take this national education policy. It is not just a policy document. It is a revolutionary transformational formula. It has to be appreciated. It has to be internalized. And it will be internalized. It will be appreciated. It is being appreciated. Those who do not understand it, for some reason, they have a divergent view. But I am very confident that in the coming days, everyone will come around. Because it is our national purpose, fulfill our national purpose and national goal. All the participants of the 2 days conference, those who have come from outside, I wish you a safe journey home. Those who have come from outside, I hope you have also seen a bit of this land, Tamil Nadu. It's a beautiful land, rich in cultural and literary heritage, very fine people. I hope you visited some places around and saw. You enjoyed the local cuisine, very fascinating. Go back with a sweet memory and be the agent of change wherever you are. Thank you very much. Jai.
We are so moved to know that the inspiration you get from Guru Nanak Dev Ji and his teachings. Sir, your address promises to be a beacon of wisdom and inspiration as you share your thoughts on the importance of education, innovation, want of skilled resource, transformation and progress in our society. Sir, we are confident that with the collective efforts of the college administration, faculty, students, and other stakeholders, we can successfully implement NEP 2020. Let's work together to create a transformative and inclusive higher education system that nurtures the talents and aspiration of our students. Thank you once again, sir. May I now invite our beloved Vice Principal, SFS 1, Dr. S. Savitri, to propose the vote of thanks. Madam, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to move the vote of thanks. That we have amongst us is Excellency, the Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sir N.R.N. Daviji, gracing the valedictory function of the two-day conference on NEP 2020 and sharing his vision for the 20th century is a matter of great encouragement. We very cherish your gracious presence, sir, despite your innumerable engagements and tight schedules that mark your way. On behalf of the college and on my personal behalf, I sincerely thank you for sharing the evening with us and giving us the motivation to do more. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Central University of Tamil Nadu, Thiruvaru, Dr. Krishnan, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi Central University, Arunachal Pradesh, Dr. Satya Kushwa, Honorable Professor Y.S. Vijayagoda, Honorable Vice Chairman, Karnataka State Council for Higher who is with us in all our endeavors. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, ma'am. Let's raise for national anthem.
Thank you.